So like a genius, I thought, hey, maybe I should practice some one club back crosses just to see how that's going. And well, there was something to learn there, and it actually improved the more I did just one club. So I did some one club exercises, and then I did the 3 club exercises in doubles, basic throws in doubles, and then working in a couple of back crosses one at a time, then looping one, then crossing 2, crossing 3, and then eventually ending with 3 at kind of a 5 club speed, probably not full speed, but faster than one at a time. What's interesting about this is I would beat my head against the wall trying to get 5, 10, or 20 back crosses back when I was like, 14, 15, and it would happen eventually. It might take an hour, and it wouldn't even be clean, and it wouldn't improve. But just in the past few days, I've seen improvement on 1 back cross, 2 back crosses, and 3 back crosses. So I guess there's something to be said for practicing within your abilities, as opposed to let's just see if we can get it and not stop till we get it. If that's the one takeaway that any other juggler, or really anyone who's trying to learn anything, takes away from this, is don't try too much. Don't try what you're not capable of, unless you're only trying to get it once on video, like a trick shot, and you never plan on being able to do it ever again, or at least without any increased consistency. Then, knock yourself out. But that's basically, I practiced to do trick shots, and for some reason I was frustrated that I could never perform it. If I could go back. So if any of you who are, within the 0 to 15 years old range are watching this, listening to this, it would benefit you to take my advice and really refine the boring steps, which will all but guarantee you'll be able to do, much longer runs of whatever it is you're trying to do. Bumpy. Uh-oh. Sorry, can't help you right now. Good job. Okay, so we know, try to avoid the bumps. Probably a mistake, but I'm gonna go for 5 because 3 felt like I could do 5, so I'm gonna try 5. It was a mistake to try this. I'm wasting time and energy, but I feel like I can get it. Probably the smartest thing I did today is just stop when the pattern started to fall apart instead of try to correct it. I wasted so much energy. And for what? Why are you practicing fixing things? Just don't fix it. I mean, fix it before it falls apart. What I realized is the amount of time I've just spent trying to get 5, I could have practiced 2 or 3 a lot more and made more progress solidifying that. So I'm going to stop trying to get 5. This is a type of mentality I did not possess in my earlier years. I would stay here for hours until I got it and accomplished nothing except burning a whole lot of calories. You can still burn the calories, but doing more productive things. So I'm gonna go back to 3. I made some old school mistakes because 2 throws were going really well, 2 throws from each side. So I was like, yeah, we'll try 3, and then I was like, well, 3 went pretty well. I think I advanced to the 3 in a row today. I think I can keep working on that. But I was like, oh, let's try 5. Let's see how that goes. And it did not go well. No, it didn't. I thought it would. And I stuck with it for a while, but at some point, a little bit of intelligence kicked in, and I was like, you know, I would probably, the amount of time I've been trying to get 5, I could have practiced 2 and 3 a lot more and gotten that a little bit more stable. So maybe go back to that and just bail on the 5 for today. There's no rush. It's the 3rd day, and it's improved pretty well for just 3 days. This bike is weighs about 80 pounds. It has an electric pedal assist that goes up to level 5, which in Seattle just barely helps you get up the hills while still doing high intensity interval training. It's because of the weight of the bike, I think, that it needs this electric pedal assist. If they just made a lighter bike, I'd be able to get around just fine. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm sure they were talking about this in some boardroom. Well, to make an electric bike, it's gonna have to weigh 80 pounds. Well, if it weighs 80 pounds, it's gonna have to be an electric bike. How about don't? Oh geez, sorry. Let's see if I can fix this. Well, yeah. Alright, don't advise you do that either. The 3-up 360s were going a lot better today. And the 3-up 180s, I got like, oh, I'm gonna fall on my ass if I keep doing this. Alright, no more bucks. I got at least 5 in a row, maybe 6. So I'm not too worried about those. I think those, by the time I get the back crosses, those will be super solid. My little flourishy finish was going a little bit better today. Most importantly though, is there was no frustration really. I don't know if it's because I just don't really care that much, or as much as I used to, or if it's that I'm not doing something that's so impossible I'll never get it, and I don't understand why sometimes I get it and sometimes I don't. That's the consistency factor. Eventually something will happen, but something won't happen every time the same way. It really helps make the whole practice session more efficient is taking frequent breaks. At least for me, my wrist strength, my forearm and my wrist strength starts to go pretty quickly, but I've noticed right after like just 2 minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, then the attempts are much better. So I recommend for people like myself, frequent and often breaks.